So going over these two problems from the exit ticket, you were asked to determine whether the triangles were similar. If you were to name write the similarity statement and name the postulate or theorem used. So here you have these two triangles. You can see the two triangles. One is kind of inside the other. They share angle n, so you know they have at least one angle in common. But there's also parallel segments there. So we know that there are several angles that these two triangles share that are congruent to each other. And kind of going along with that, you know, we know that those are parallel by the given statements. We know that angle M and angle NPO are congruent. We know that angle N is congruent to itself. Therefore, by the angle-angle postulate, these two triangles, I call them NML and NPO. They mention the corresponding parts, you know, the way they're supposed to. But it's not the only way that you could have named the triangles. So, but of the choices you were given on the exit ticket, that was the correct response. So, for the second one, you were given these two triangles here. I do see that they have two congruent sides. I see that they have a pair of vertical angles here. I also have another pair of vertical angles, but they're not inside the triangle. So, and even though these two angles, ABE and CBD, are congruent to each other, that means that the sums of angles E and C and the sum of angles A and D are congruent, but it doesn't mean that angles A and like C or E are congruent to each other, and the same with D and E and C. So I'm not going to be able to name any other angle congruences. I certainly do not have any side measurements to confirm any other side proportions. And as it would seem to be, it would have to be a 1-to-1 ratio. So I would have to somehow know that they're congruent, that these two triangles are congruent if they're going to be similar. So we have these two congruent angles and two congruent sides, but this is not enough information for us to use any similarity or congruence theorems or postulates. So therefore, there's not enough information here to state that the triangles are similar to each other. And that's the end of these. If you have any further questions, please contact me or your teacher. I'll see you next time in my live lesson, or if one of my students when I call you on the phone. Have a good day.